All right, Tim's holding at 18 degrees. Let's see how firm this is. That off. All right, here we go. Really don't want to do this. This is ice cold. Very, very fucking cold. It's so much ice. We can't really get down into here. It's just jammed full of ice. Oh my god. Oh man. Nice and cold. Hey, how's everyone doing? Hope you enjoyed that little intro there. I'm pretty excited about this video. I've been planning this for a few months now, and I wanted to give kind of an overview of what I had been up to on ice baths and how that had played out for me. So I started doing them, as you saw, in just a 55-gallon tub in about the end of November. And I figured, I would test and see what the results were over a 3-month time frame, since I have a baseline of what my total testosterone was since the last year and a half approximately. And I've been running between 320 to 329 as kind of my level testosterone level. And it hasn't moved much. So I was getting pretty concerned about it. I tried a couple different regular herbal supplements, but those did no effect at all. And then I still have a very stressful job currently. Wasn't able to bring down the stress really on that side. I worked on my sleep, got it up from 6 to 6.5 hours up to 7 to 8 hours. So that was an improvement, but that hadn't changed anything on my total testosterone levels. So, I was still training very hard. So kind of taking the last month, off to kind of help the body heal. But prior to this, resting phase, I went ahead and I've been continuing ice baths from that end of, November all the way through to today. And only a few times I miss a couple days. Pretty much every single day I was going full bore, 3 minutes, I started at about 90 seconds at the beginning, and I progressed to 3 minutes by about mid-December. So over about 2 to 3 weeks, I finally got it up to 3 minutes in the ice baths, and I've maintained it since then. And so what that's done was, it was pretty shocking. I didn't expect, a significant change, but it was actually a 20% increase in my total testosterone as I went through my time of doing this. It's a very short period. It's actually a very short, overall time frame to give a test for, but I think it's indicative of where we could get to in the next 3 months. So 326, 329 up to 391. I had another test as well that I had just come off of kind of a relaxing weekend, and it was still in the upper 300s as on top of this result. So essentially every 3 months going forward, I'm going to aim to do another test. I had originally kind of come across this from Mozork Forge, and so he had kind of posted this article about his anecdotal results and the results from a Japanese study with doing cold exposure before, during, or after exercise. So essentially, and then this was another person that had completed a similar thing, but over a 3-year time frame versus my shorter duration, and they had seen those same significant results here of a shift from the 500s up to the 900s on their testosterone. So really a huge overall benefit for multiple people. So, and then in my actual anecdotal case as well, we're seeing the same results. So I'm hoping to continue this going into summer. Right now, the cold tub has not been as cold as I would like it to be. I usually like it to have at least a couple inches of ice on the top in order to really get the highest, reaction from my body. Yeah. And that seems to apply to the testosterone. It applies more so to the dopamine results and to the general, feeling you get after it. It's definitely one of the hardest things that I've done in terms of a daily habit to get into. Also, I had some frost nip damage in my toes over the past 3 or 4 years. And after the first week or so of doing the cold baths, my toes, especially my left foot, swelled up significantly, quite a bit larger than they were, and turned very bright red. I did not take a break in this. I did a little bit of research. And what I could gather was the body was forcing additional blood flow in there, trying to get the capillaries to expand and contract, and they would expand, but then they wouldn't contract back down to a normal level. So, but at the end of that, while my toes still are tending to get cold if I don't have proper, cold weather boots on, I noticed that my feet are finally getting blood flow through them and circulation more often, and they'll actually recover quicker. Also, anecdotally, I jumped in a cold shower the other night, and my body didn't even feel any kind of sudden cold shock. So I've conditioned my body to have less of a cold shock response now from being in the cold water, and I think that's very critical. If you're in an emergency situation and you're suddenly plunged into cold water, how are you going to be able to react? Are you going to be able to swim? Or are you going to be able to do other things? So going into summer here for the next kind of set of plans, I am going to take what the camera's sitting on right now is my oldest chest freezer, and I'm going to convert that over into a chest freezer with pump, ozone filter, the whole works for doing the cold baths over the summer. And I'll do a DIY video on that to kind of show everyone what it entails, what that process looks like, and then I'll also see if there's any interest in anyone on more information on getting into cold baths. So I'll drop in the links down below, both the study that's mentioned in the Morzo Forage article, and then also a couple links to some other videos about cold baths. So anyways, that's my experience so far, and wanted to kind of get it out there and get people knowledgeable on it, as I think it can really shift how you respond to stressful situations in the long run. So thank you very much, and I look forward to this next rogue contest. I'm about to go shoot that as well here, so take care. Bye.